Hey, what's up? This is Spider Prime 1 back again with another video. This time I'm taking a look at the new Magic the Gathering set, Innistrad Midnight Hunt. As far as I know, today, being the 23rd, is the release day. At least that's when we got them in at my local Target. I usually always buy at least one box per set. And then since they changed how they do the boxes now to where they have the set boosters inside them as opposed to the draft boosters, I figured I'd pick up a draft booster outside of the box just because. So I don't know a lot about this set. The last set, the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, was one I was heavily involved in. Because it was the D&D crossover, so I bought a lot of cards from that set. Because I'm a big Magic player and a big D&D player, so that set was a really nice one. I like the horror theme of this one. I play the Magic app also, so I have seen some of the cards just from the random packs that you get from doing like daily challenges and stuff like that. But going into this, I'll mostly be kind of going in blind. I know, like, the gimmick of this set is all the flip cards and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get into it. We'll open the pack first, and then we'll open the box. So for the draft boosters, this one comes with 15 cards. And then, if I remember correctly, the set boosters are only 12. We'll go ahead and open this. Pull the actual pack out. Alright, so first card right out of the back is a Vampire Interloper. Flying, and he cannot block. He's a 2-drop with 2 power, 1 toughness. Not too bad. Might of the Old Ways, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and then if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, draw a card. So yeah, Coven is another keyword that got introduced with this set. And they all tend to do different things, but they all seem to be they go off if you have 3 or more creatures with different powers. Hedge Witch's Mask, equipped creature gets +1/+1. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater, and it costs 2 to equip. That's pretty good. Electric Revelation, as an additional cost to the spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Flashback. Not too bad. Devious Cover-Up. Counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may shuffle up to 4 target cards from your graveyard into your library. Well, that's not too bad. It's a good way to get cards back. Blade Brand, target creature gains Death Touch, and then you get to draw a card. Sungold Barrage, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Oh, that's cool. Usually it's power 4 or greater. Now this one's toughness. Festival Crasher, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, this creature gains +2/+0. Locked in the Cemetery. Oh, I've seen this one. When Locked in the Cemetery enters the battlefield, if there are 5 or more cards in your graveyard, tap enchanted creature. And it doesn't untap during the controller's untap step. Oh, here we go. Here's one. So this is the Daybound side, Harvesttide Infiltrator. So he has Trample, and he's a 3/2. And so when he comes in, it's a Daybound. So if you cast no spells during your turn, it becomes night next turn. And then he flips to the Harvesttide Assailant, who still has Trample, is now Nightbound. Nightbound is if a player casts at least 2 spells during their turn, it becomes day next turn. But now he becomes a 4/4 instead of a 3/2. So that's pretty good. I feel like this set, to make a cohesive deck, you're going to want to sleeve everything, so that way, because on the back, you can obviously see what they're drawing. Cathar's Call, enchant creature, has Vigilance, and at the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Oh, so you just get a token every turn. That's cool. Unnatural Moonrise. It becomes night. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0, gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card and flashback. So that's pretty cool. So if you have, so some creatures, oh, perfect, like this. It has the sun and the moon on it, but it doesn't say daybound. So if you play this, it doesn't trip. But with this, it immediately makes it nighttime, so it'll flip. So let's see, Mystic Skull. Pay 1 and tap, add a mana of any color. Pay 5 and tap, transform Mystic Skull into Mystic Monstrosity. Artifact creature. Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Oh, that's cool. So instead of whatever you have on the field, they can be any color. That's pretty good, especially if you can mana starve. Let's see. Augur of Autumn. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands from the top of your library. And as long as you control creature, 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Oh, that's a good card. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here's one of the new full arts. Oh, that's pretty. And it looks like it's not, but the way that the shine hits it, it looks like the green border is raised, even though it isn't. That's pretty. Oh, I like that. Let's see. Oh, we got a ooze token. Oh, and then here's the flip card for. There's only one, even though I got 2 in this pack, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more in here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of the flip card inserts. Now, I stupidly did not pre-open this. There we go. All right. So, here's our deck box. I like the art for this. This is really cool. And then we got the little other box that they always include in those that I don't know what they're actually supposed to be for. The Moon of Innistrad and the Traveler's Prayer to Sigarda. Whatever that is. Okay, let's see. First Harvesttide may be your last. Nights on Innistrad grow longer. The werewolves plan to ravage the humans' upcoming Harvesttide festival to ensure a future of eternal night. Werewolf planeswalker Arlen Cord must stop her kin and the encroaching darkness. Can she and her newfound allies restore balance before the sun sets for good? I hope so. And then let's see what the picture on the inside is. Create your own mask by cutting up this sleeve. Decorate it however you'd like, then share it online at #Magic Innistrad and Magic Midnight. Oh, that's kind of cool. And it gives you little examples of stuff you can do with it. Traditionally, festival goers wore their most colorful outfits to celebrate Harvesttide. Children and adults alike wore handmade masquerade masks during the dances and games. This tradition calls back to the nature masks worn by hedge witches in ancient times. These masks are said to chase off spirits and devils. Interesting. That's kind of cool. I liked the one for Forgotten Realms. That one was really cool. We'll pull the glue off of that. Okay, so we'll just set that in the background. And we'll open this. And here is the oversized spin down D20 for the set. We can cover it up there. So there's the set symbol. And what's cool about this one is it's a glow-in-the-dark die. So we'll set this out in the light, and hopefully I can get it to kind of glow by the end of the video. Here's the 2 reference cards for how to play Magic. Here's our packs. Here's our lands. And then the foil card, which I'm going to try and not butcher his name. Let's see, is it focusing? Yeah. Probably because it's in the plastic and it's super hollow. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I can't even form it in my mind. But you have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. Well, there you go. And then she has an ability of pay 3 and a blue, draw a card. Well, that's just, oh, wow, that's a really easy win. If you can get it to pull off. So here, we'll move the lands off to the side. I like these deck boxes. Very, very nice, very sturdy. Actually, here, we'll put this over here, and we'll put the cards over there. So we'll go ahead and open this up. I hope we get more lands in these packs. Oh, these have the art cards! The Innistrad art series. Okay, so here's this one. So it looks to be a wolf. And it says, Arlen, the Moon's Fury. Oh, that's the person from the wherever I just saw it. The back of the box. Or not the back of the box. The Arlen Cord. So this is Arlen, the Moon's Fury. Ah, maybe this is one of the transformation sides. That's kind of cool. So there's our first art card out of 8. Oh, yep, and here we go. Here's a Planes. Not quite as shiny as that forest, but it still looks good. So we'll put the art cards and the lands off to the side. So we have Thraben Exorcism. Instant. Exile target spirit, creature with disturb or enchantment. Another Locked in the Cemetery. Duress. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. It's a 1-drop. Not too bad. Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. If it's night, that creature gets -13/-13 until end of turn instead. Oh, that's mean. Obsessive Astronomer. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Obsessive Astronomer enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Oh, okay, so this is a real easy swap, basically a way to swap your hand out if you don't like the cards that you have. That's pretty good. Firmament Sage. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as it enters the battlefield. Whenever it switches, draw a card. So there you go. That one makes you draw 2 and then discard 2. This one just makes you draw 1. Oh, here's a flip card. So, ooh, we'll look at that in a second. So we have the Beraved Survivor. When another creature you control dies, transform. So it goes from a 2/1... Ooh, to a 3/2, the Dauntless Avenger. Whenever Dauntless Avenger attacks, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, that's a pretty good one, and it's only a 3-drop. Yeah, that's pretty cool, and I love the art. That's really cool. Okay, so let's take a look at this one here. Fangblade Brigand. Pay 1 in a red. It gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. And it is daybound, so let's flip it to the Fangblade Eviscerator. Pay 1 in a red, gets +1/+0 in first strength till end of turn. And then pay 4 in a red. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. So if you have 7 mana, 2 of which are red, that's at least +3 for this guy. And I love how the sun on this one wraps around the name banner on this one. And then same with the moon. That's really cool. I like that. Oh, and here's another cool art one. Candlegrove Witch. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, she gains flying until end of turn. That's pretty cool, and it's just a one side. Curse of Surveillance. Oh yes, there are curses in this set, because I have this one in the app. Enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, any number of target players other than that player draw cards equal to the number of curses attached to that player. So not only can you... oh no, this one doesn't do that. This one is just the draw cards equal to. There's another one that makes them show their hand. And then we have Defend the Celestus, and it's a hollow. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. That's not bad, and it's only a 4-drop. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then we have another flip card. So here we'll take these. We'll take that other pack, and we'll get the land out of it. Put that right there. And then we'll make a token pile and a flip pile. Why not? And then we'll put these in the box. And then after the video is done, I will separate them into the different colors. Oops, so here's a little token right away. Treefolk. It has reach, and this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. Oh, and you have shirts. There you go. So I'll put that right there. And here's our art card. Looks like the chick from the front of the pack right there. Let's see, what's the name? Ren and Seven. Looks pretty cool. And then here's our mountain. I like these arts. These are so cool. Okay, so we have Crawl from the Cellar. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target zombie you control. And flashback. Rotten Reunion. Oh gosh, that's the old painting. That's funny. Exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. And Decayed is, it can't block, and when it attacks, it dies. And then you have flashback. Eaten Alive. Okay. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or pay 3 and a black. Exile target creature or planeswalker. There's a lot of black cards in this one. Diregraph Horde. When it enters the battlefield, create 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed. When you do, exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. And it just says graveyards in plural, so it could be yours or someone else's. Stormkirk Blood Thief. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a 1/1 counter on target vampire you control. Volderin Ambusher. When he enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, it deals X damage up to 1 target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of vampires you control. Then we have another Harvesttide Infiltrator. Oh, here we go. Baneblade Scoundrel. Whenever Baneblade Scoundrel becomes blocked, each creature blocking it gets -1/-1 until end of turn. That's pretty good. And then he flips. to the Baneclaw Marauder. Whenever it becomes blocked, same thing. Whenever a creature blocking Baneclaw Marauder dies, that creature's controller loses 1 life. That's pretty good. And it goes from a 4/3, whoops, to a 5/4. Tireless Hauler. Vigilance Daybound, so it's a 4/5. And then it flips to the Dire Strain Brawler and Vigilance and Nightbound. And now it's a 6/6. Human Werewolf. Oh, here's another werewolf. Tovalar's Huntmaster. When he enters the battlefield, create 2 2/2 green wolf creature tokens. And he's a 6/6 already. And then he flips to Tovalar's Pack Leader. When he enters the battlefield, wolf tokens. Pay 2 and 2 green. Another target wolf or werewolf you control fights target creature you don't control. And he's a 7/7. So you can have him fight something and probably kill it. Ooh, got a Hollow Consider. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard and then draw a card. I like that it's a you may ability, so that way it's like if you like it, you can keep it. But then it does the opposite of scrying, which instead of just leaving it or putting it on the bottom, you throw it in the graveyard. So that's pretty good. A lot of black cards in this one. Oh, and here's another token. It is a human, a 1/1 human with carrying a jack-o'-lantern. So we'll put that in the stack. And here's our art card. Looks like some sort of shaman-looking dude standing in the water, and there's a shipwreck behind him. And Lear, Disciple of the Drowned. Interesting. And we have another but different mountain. Kind of like that one better. Kind of looks like it's raining, or there's like fog down at the bottom. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we have a Stuffed Bear. Pay 2. Stuffed Bear becomes a 4/4 green bear artifact creature until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Candle Trap. I have this one in the app. This one's cool. So you enchant a creature. It has Defender, and Defender means it can't attack. It can only defend. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. So if it blocks and it has a power and would kill the creature that it blocked, it doesn't. And then Coven, 2 and a white, sacrifice Candle Trap. Exile enchanted creature. Activate only if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. Shadow Beast Sighting. Create a 4/4 green beast creature token. And then flashback, 6 and a green. And another Defend the Celestus. This one's not shiny. Cathar's Call. Another Harvest. That's a lot of Harvest Tides. The Shady Traveler. Human Werewolf. So Menace. Creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Daybound. So it goes from a 2/3 to a 4/4. Stalking Predator. And it just keeps the Menace. Doesn't gain anything else. That's really pretty art, though. That's really good. And then we have Dawnheart Mentor. Human Warlock. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human creature token. And then Coven. 5 and a green. Target creature you control gains +3 or gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Activate only 3 or more. So it's a 0/4. Ooh! So not only did I pull a legendary creature, I pulled the kind of dark, sketchy art for him. Vadric Astral Archmage. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day as he enters the battlefield. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is his power, so right off the bat it would be 1 less. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a 1/1 counter on him. So that would boost his power and toughness, and then that would make the instant and sorcery spells cast even less the more power he has. So that's pretty cool, and I like that sketchy art. That looks really good. And then we have the Willowgeist, Treefolk Spirit, Trample. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on Willowgeist. When he dies, you gain life equal to its power, so you want to put a lot of counters on him. And Neonate's Rush, instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a vampire, and Neonate's Rush deals 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to its controller. Draw a card. So that's not too bad. It's a base a 3-drop, but then if you have vampires, it costs 1 less. And it just deals 1 damage to a creature and 1 to a controller. So that's not too bad. Especially if they have a lot of tokens that are super cheap. No revealed token this time. So here's our art card. So it's got 2 dudes doing something. It looks like she's floating a bunch of candles around them. And it is called Faithful Mending. Oh, okay, so he's doing something. Because he's got like a wire or something in his hands. Huh, I don't know. Hopefully I'll pull that card and see what it's about. And so here we have another Planes. Looks pretty good. I like the little stars in the background there. So we have the Search Party Captain. This spell costs 1 less to catch for each creature you attacked with this turn. So you want to play him at the end. When he enters the battlefield, draw a card. Yeah, so you want to play him at the end so that way you get a little extra card. Gavany Silversmith. When he enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So up to 2 creatures, each one can have a 1/1 counter placed on them. That's pretty good. Cather Commando, Flash. And then pay 1, sacrifice, destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's pretty good. Oops. Dropping stuff left and right. Sungold Barrage. Instant. Destroy target creature, toughness 4. Great. Okay, that's the one we already had. Foul Play. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Investigate. Which is create a colorless clue artifact token with pay 2, sacrifice this artifact to draw a card. Infernal Grasp. Destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. Alright. The Dreadhound. When Dreadhound enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into the graveyard from a library, each opponent loses 1 life. So, if of the 3 cards that immediately go into the graveyard, if any of them are creatures, you get to deal 1 damage to your opponents. Oh, here we go. Here's the flippy. Delver of Secrets. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If an instant or sorcery card is revealed this way, transform Delver of Secrets. And he turns into the Insectile Aberration. Oh, okay, so it's the fly. And he has flying. That's funny. And he goes from a 1/1 to a 3/2. And here's another flip. Lunarch. Yeah, Lunarch, I would assume. Veteran. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, gain a life. And then Disturb, 1 and a white. You may cast this card from your graveyard, transformed for its Disturb cost. Which he then becomes the Luminous Phantom. He has flying. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, you gain a life. And when he would be put in the graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So if he dies in this mode, you don't go to the graveyard, he gets exiled. The Mask of Grizzlebrand. Oh, hey, another mask. Equipped creature has flying and lifelink. And whenever a equipped creature dies, you may pay X life, where X is its power. If you do, draw X cards. That's pretty good. Adelaine, Resplendent Cather. Vigilance. Adelaine Resplendent Cather's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. That's pretty good. I like that. And Lightning Bolt. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. That's an oldie but a goodie. Glad to see that guy... Oh yeah, and it's got a little 25 on the bottom. That's cool. Glad to see that card come back. Alright, next one. And our art card, ooh. Looks like a transforming werewolf, and then the person's shadow reflected in the water beneath. And it is called Arlen, the Moon's Fury. Oh, okay, so we got another Arlen card. That's cool. I like that. Oh, and now we have a Holographic Planes. That's like the one, the first one. Okay, so No Way Out. Target opponent discards 2 cards. You create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. Path to the Festival. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. If there are 3 or more basic land types among lands you control, scry one. And then you can flashback. That's pretty good. Festival Crasher, already saw him. Ritual of Hope. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, they get +2/+1 until end of turn. Join the Dance. Create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens and flashback. And it's a green and a white. Bird Admirer. Has Reach and Daybound, and it's a 1/4, but then it flips to the Wing Shredder. It has Reach and Nightbound, and is now a 3/5. I'm liking these werewolf cards. These are really cool. Harvesttide Infiltrator. Oh, this is Harvesttide Assailant. Is that? That's the same guy we've been getting, right? Yeah, so there's the actual art for him. And then now we have new art for him. That's cool. I like that alt art. That's really cool. And then we have the Candlegrove Witch again. And the Dawnheart Wardens, Vigilance, and Coven. If you control 3 creatures... Oh, I think we've seen this one. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, hello, Discord. Gisa, Glorious Resurrector. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with her onto the battlefield under your control. They gain Decayed. Oh, that's mean! Oh, that's mean. That's great, but that's mean. Brimstone Vandal. Holographic. Menace. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day when he enters the battlefield. And when day becomes night or vice versa, he deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh, here we go. Magic Minigame. Into the Story, Horror Edition. So 1 to 6 players. Requires 1 pack and 10 minutes. Objective. Tell the best horror story you can using the cards in your booster as an inspiration. Get ready. Open a booster for each player and remove any add token and art cards. Then sort the cards into separate piles for double-faced cards. Single-sided creature and planeswalker cards, land cards, and all other non-creature cards Shuffle the piles and place each of them face down. 1+ pack, so it's 1 per person. Let's play. Go through the beats of the story below in order, revealing a card from the top of the specified pile or taking the specified action. Tell a story as you go. After a player tells a bit of the story for a beat, it's the next player's turn for the next story beat. If there are no cards in the requested type, players can make something up. So, introduction. Setting, a land. The characters, 3 creatures or planeswalkers. Why the characters are at the location, a non-creature card. Oh, that sounds like a little bit of fun. Like a good way to just kill time with some buddies. Oh, there's the other side. The monster the characters face, a double-sided card. Action. Characters make a critical mistake, non-creature card. The first to die, choose one of 3 characters. How the monster kills the first character, non-creature card. The hero, choose one of the 2 remaining characters. Describe the monster's weakness, secret, motivation, and how the hero discovered it, non-creature card or creature planeswalker card. Resolution, confronting the monster, non-creature card. The lone survivor, choose one of the 2 characters. Ending, create this yourself. How did the second character die? Did the monster survive? Was it all worth it? To win, after the story's been told, assign the following awards by popular vote to players. Scariest, funniest, and most exciting. Feel free to invent your own awards as well. In the case of a tied vote for winner of an award, randomly determine its winner. Oh, that sounds kind of fun. I'm not going to do it now because it would just be me. But that sounds like kind of fun. I'm going to hold on to that. We'll put that off to the side. There were a couple that they did for the Forgotten Realms ones too. And I still have them. I just have to reread them and see how they're actually played. Ooh. That's trippy. That looks like a zombie kind of shaman creature. It's got a big old deer helmet. And he is called Old Stick Fingers. Okay. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's awesome. It's another one I hope I pull. Okay, so there's another hollow planes. So I've gotten the same 2 planes, 2 regular, and then 2 hollows. We didn't put this pile away, so let's put that in there. Festival Crasher, already saw that one. Brimstone Vandal, it's the non-hollow version. Immolation. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2, -2. So it gets stronger and weaker at the same time. Contortionist Troop. X and a green. Contortionist Troop enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. So you pay the 1 and it comes in, then X, however many more lands you want to pay, and that gives it that many counters. At the beginning of your end step, if you can throw 3 or more creatures with different powers, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So you can just keep giving him more and more. Dawnheart Mentor. When Dawnheart Mentor enters the battlefield, create a white human creature token. Coven, pay 5 and a green. Target creature you control gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Activate only with 3 minutes. Gale Drifter. It's like it's a hippogriff, but it just looks like a swan horse. Flying, and then disturb. You may cast Graveyard transformed for its disturbed cost, so it goes from a 3/2 to a 2/2. So it actually loses a power. Oh my gosh, look at that face. That's trippy. Flying, and it's the Whale Drifter now. If the Whale Drifter would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile. Okay, so it's still flying, it loses a power, and then it gets exiled if it dies. Tavern Ruffian. He just has Daybound, he's a 2/5, and he becomes the Tavern Smasher. And he's now Nightbound with 6/5. Oh, excuse me, got the hiccups. Oh, there's the alt art for the Shady Traveler. And the Stalking Predator. And then yet another Harvestide Infiltrator. Good grief. Champion of the Perished. Whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Champion of the Perished. And then a Mystic Skull. And the Mystic Monstrosity, but it's all hollow now. What is the list? I don't know. But it's there's a wolf creature token. So they updated the art, so you don't have to steal the ones from the D&D set if you don't want to. So many, not that one, of the Harvest-Tide Infiltrators. So many. And you only have 4 per deck. So I guess I'll have a couple extra left over. At least 1 at the moment. Oh, there's another human token. Oh, and here's our art card. Got some person carrying some wheat or some grains with a horse. And that is Ambitious Farmhand. Okay. So yeah, that fits. That's Farmhand, a little sickle on her hip. Ooh, we got a swamp. And it's just this old, decayed, like, plantation-looking village almost. That's cool. I like that one. So here's another Hippogriff Spirit. The Soul Guide Griff. I like that they have swan necks and heads. That's cool. Flying. When he enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Another Exorcism. Another Locked in the Cemetery. Another Duress. Oh, here we go. Ominous Roost. That's trippy. All the crows and the yellow moon. When it enters the battlefield, or whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying, and this creature can block only creatures with flying. Okay, so you get birds. That's cool. Oh, hey, Faithful Mending. There we go. You gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, and then you can flashback. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's what that does. Ooh, the Ecstatic Awakener. Oh, here we go. Pay 2 and a black, sacrifice another creature. Draw a card, then transform him. Activate only once each turn. So he goes from a 1/1 to a 4/4, the Awoken Demon. Oh, geez. Okay, here we go. And he's just a 4/4. That's all he's got. That's pretty creepy, though. That's trippy. Fangblade Brigand, human werewolf. 1 and a red. He gets +1/+0 against first strike. And he goes from a 3/4 to a 4/5. The Fangblade Eviscerator. Oh, yeah, we already saw him. Okay, this just must be a different art for him then. Yeah, we had the kind of cartoony art for him earlier, I think. I don't know. It's already been 7 packs. Can't remember. Another Tireless Hauler. Oh, and there's the same person. Okay, so where did I put that? So there's the shiny with one kind of art, and then the regular with a different kind of art. So I have 2 of those now. That's cool. And here's a shiny Silversmith. Okay, it's not too bad. And then final pack. And our art card. Ooh! That's awesome. Is this the Jailer? No, Spectral Adversary. On the app, there's a guy that looks kind of like this, and he's called the Jailer, and you can get him as a little pet to sit on the field while you play. That's awesome. I like that one the most. That's great. Oh, and we have yet another Planes. Okay, so we have the Mounted Dreadnight. He has Trample. Oh, he's a Vampire Knight. Okay. Trample, and when he enters the battlefield with a... he enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it if an opponent lost life this turn. Vampire Interloper. He has flying, and he can't block. I think that was the first card we pulled. the Bat Whisperer. When Bat Whisperer enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. Ooh, dragon! Purifying Dragon. Flying. Whenever he attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature defending player controls. If that creature is a zombie, Purifying Dragon deals 2 damage instead. That's pretty cool. I like dragons. Dragons are cool. Cathartic Pyre. Choose one. Cathartic Pyre deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. That's a good little just burn spell. And then we have another Shady Traveler. Spellrune Painter. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Spellrune Painter gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And then Daybound, so it goes from a 2/3 to a 3/4. Spellrune Howler. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Not bad. Dawnheart Rejuvenator. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. And then you can tap it for a mana of any color. And we have more Dawnheart Wardens. The Pithing Needle. When it enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Okay, that's pretty good. Which, oh, and here's a shiny of the sketch art of that guy from earlier. So yeah, his abilities, if this got played on him, or just played at all, none of those abilities would proc. So that's a pretty good artifact. Oh, and here's an old card. Sleeping Potion. When Sleeping Potion comes into play, tap Enchanted Creature. Enchanted Creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. When Enchanted Creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice Sleeping Potion. Interesting. So yeah, that was fun. Got some cool Innistrad cards, got some tokens. I like the art cards. I have a whole bunch of the Forgotten Realms art cards. I think I have at least half of them. I love these. It's too bad I didn't get an island. I would have liked to have had at least one from each, but that's okay. And then for all the flip cards, I only have 2 substitutes. Oh, that's kind of cool. If you look at, they got like pumpkin patches kind of inlaid in the background. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. We'll put the lands in here. We'll put them on that side. We'll put all these behind the cards. We'll put the art cards in there. And the fun little mini game. And it says 3 of 5, so there's at least 4 other little fun things that you can do. Okay, so this has been sitting out for a little while. Let's see if we can get it to glow a little bit. Get close into the camera here. Whoop! Nah, there's too much light. I can't get it. That's too bad. I kind of wanted to show it off. But yeah, this is a glow-in-the-dark D20. So. But yeah, so that was my Innistrad bundle and 1 draft booster. But yeah, that was kind of fun. I may or may not get any more Magic cards from this set. I was way heavier into the last set. This one I kind of just wanted to get a box because it, I like the horror theme for it, and it is almost Spookyween. But yeah, maybe I'll put together a deck out of this and see if it works. But yeah, so I am Spider Prime 1. I will be back with another video hopefully soon. I don't want to just churn these out and do crap ones, but I do want to make more than 1 or 2 a week. But yeah, so I'll be back with something else Don't know what it is yet, but just branching out, trying to do a whole bunch of different stuff. I will do Transformers again. Maybe I'll do another Transformers one next. Because I know that's the basis of my channel, but I like branching out and showing off the other things I like. Hence the Legos in the background. But yeah, so I'm Spider-Farm1. I will be back again with another video pretty soon. But until then, I am signing off.